Give it to Marcus Garvey, for Bar Muhammad, Mega Evans, and Bob Marley. I'm God body. The scripture says Allah's inside me. The scripture says Allah's inside me. The scripture says Allah's inside me.
I'm back. Sorry for the little delay for about a month. Just had business to take care of. You know, I can't. This don't pay enough. You know, RNG don't pay well. So I gotta get out there and create new ways. And sometimes I just need a break, man. Straight up. So I wanted to let you know we got some new podcasts. We shouldn't be missing anything for the rest of 2014. Listen up. You know, enjoy. Spread the word. Tell 7. You know what I'm saying? It'll get 7 more, and then I'll have 7 more on top of that. Just by the word of mouth, homie, you can get 21. So enjoy, sit back. Let's roll into the next podcast. Of and from. No matter where you are in this world, once you start separating yourself from other people with knowledge, you know what I mean? You have those who master the world, and you have those who can create in this world. Both are usually powerful. The dude who is of this world usually mastered the world. You know what I mean? The dude who's from this world usually came up with a new way. Seen it before. He knows what's going down. He can come up with something new in the middle of all the shit that other people have done. So most of the time, if I have an argument with someone who else is running, you know, doing their own thing, hustling, it's always the people who champion, you know what I mean, that they know this world, they know how to do it, look at me, manipulate it, versus me who say, I don't need to be part of that shit, man, they ain't even paying attention to me, homie. I can do this to the left, make $1 million over here, have all kind of shit and drive a goddamn Dodge Ram up the street. And what usually happens is me and the cat who's of and from the world, you know what I mean, the two cats who butt heads, is usually because this dude is trying to say, look at me, I'm out here, I got everything that a man would want who's successful. I got a fine wife, I got a nice house, I got this, I got that, I live here, I vacation here, I got a home here, I do this. Against me who says, hey man, I don't even want your life, I'm glad you married, I'm glad you enjoy your car and shit, but I don't even need half the shit, not even 1/100th of the shit that you got, because I know it's all a facade. You trying to prove yourself, you know what I'm saying, to humans when you're God. I don't know why I need to do that. You know what I mean? And so usually they get mad and say, you know, you condescending, you arrogant and all this stuff. But he doesn't understand that he sat down one day, he looked out into the world and he said, I can beat these motherfuckers at their own game. Which I always think is the dumbest shit in the world. You can't beat a motherfucker at his own game. He made the rules. That whole shit, another fucking dumbass saying that comes out. You know what I mean? But some cats will say, you know, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do this and I'm going to run the company and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do this and I'm going to start my own shit. And I got nothing against them. You know what I mean? This is really when it comes down to, you know, live and let live. Just because it's two of us walking on this earth and we found a different way to be successful doesn't mean that you need to shit on me because I don't care. At the same time, man, I can have a watch that is worth, I don't know, $2,000. And the other dude can have a watch that's worth $20,000. And for some reason, we in the same spot and people like my $2,000 watch. You understand what I'm saying? Now, in his head, he's like, look, I got on the Rolex. I got this. I'm sitting here with a tag or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. But you got to understand that when you get into this game, that there are people who really are of this world and they have manipulated this world. And some of you who listen to this podcast are like that right now. Because you probably look at me and say, or listen to me, and say, this motherfucker always coming up with some new angle, some weird way of handling business. You know what I mean? It's never, Freeman never tell us the shit that we so used to doing, like, you know, how to con people and win and influence people. I don't believe in that shit. I don't, you know what I'm saying? As a black man in this country, in this world trying to make money, I don't understand why we choose any sides but our own in order to make money. So I'm not going to tell you how to manipulate the white man. I'm not going to tell you how to get over on some goddamn SBA loan. I'm not going to tell you how to write a perfect resume. I'm trying to tell you how it's a way that we can make this money and we don't even have to go over there and play that dumbass game. Again, I'm from this world. I saw the game when I was young. I see how it was laid out. I saw that motherfuckers spent their whole life trying to fit in. And then at the end of the day, the black man sits there and wonder, damn, man, can I get a job even though I'm overqualified, even though I got this? You waiting on white people to choose you. So since I saw this shit from the beginning, from the gate, homie, of course I fell back and said, man, I ain't gonna live that life. So it forced me to come up with ways that were, could make more money. It forced me to parlay the shit I saw on the street and say, well, go with the pattern of the hustle. Don't go with the exact product with the hustle. They pushing dope. I'm not, I'm trying to push something else. Let me see if I can use the same tactics. Let me carry the strength of me being from Compton or from a poverty or whatever else you want to call it. Let me apply that in business, unlike these saps who always say, I'm from there, but I don't have no remnants. I'm from there. I don't mind telling motherfuckers that, it's dead serious. I ain't playing none of that shit where we lose money and motherfuckers just take it from us and we go get a lawyer. I don't ever want to get to that point where you're sitting back saying motherfuckers took my money. I just want homeboy to come see about me. I ain't gonna be sitting there saying, we should just go get somebody. He got us. Goddamn white collar crimes ain't going down under the Freeman Empire, homie. I'm gonna knock that motherfucker out. I'm gonna strip him naked and I'm gonna put him out on the street in front of the whole company so the next motherfucker will leave. You know what I mean? But it's a thing that I want you to know that it's a mentality thing. See, a lot of you cats, you always wonder, how can you be so creative or how can you come up with new shit? And I didn't see this shit and I didn't, homie, look, your whole life you've been reading a book. And then they told you weren't good at that book. And then you walked away from God. You walked away from what you really are deep down inside, which is the ability to create and see things in a different way. God gave us this talent. So you've been left with direction and instruction. And it's hard to be a hustler, homie, when you can't create. And your whole life you haven't been creative, homie. What you really been is someone who followed directions. So when you read the book $1.15 or any of the guides or anything else, you're happy that I provide you direction. And I'm happy that you took the direction, young homie. I ain't mad at you for that. My goal is that you start to think on your feet. I get a lot of Facebook emails and emails in general from a lot of cats, pretty much trying to tell me, look, I don't got no time for no bullshit. Just tell me the truth. Tell me what I need to hear. And I'm sitting there thinking, damn, am I giving homeboy bullshit? But let me explain game to you. Let me help you out. Here's a little tidbit of something you need to think about. I never give the full answer. I give something that makes a motherfucker think, damn, I could do better. You know what I mean? Let me just try to apply game. So a lot of times, homie, you get people who really think, oh man, Freeman full of shit and that's not what I was looking for. And I always think, damn man, what kind of grown man email another man and then tell him, give me the answer. And then when I don't have the answer you want, you get pissed off like I owe you. I don't owe you a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell that you of this world. And if it don't make sense, if I can't tell you to see beyond your circumstances, you're going to stay poor forever. You're going to stay broke forever. Because part of this game, homie, is us looking past where we currently are, seeing how the shit go down. It's like when you play the stock market and you play it with fake money. You're trying to figure out the angle in which you're going to play the game. And that's really thinking way far ahead. You know what I'm saying? If orange price going to go up, it's going in the winter. What do motherfuckers like? Do they want jackets? Who sells jackets? Who's the number one jacket seller? Who's the number one jacket retailer? Where is the jackets going to be sold? Is that shit up in New York or they get cold faster than us? You know what I'm saying? All these things go into my mind when I'm thinking about how I'm going to pick a stock. You know what I mean? Or how I'm going to play this game. But I do this shit naturally, homie. You know what I'm saying? And you got it in you naturally, too. It's just like I told you. All this shit you learned fucking retarded you. You know what I mean? If all this knowledge you got and all the schooling you got and you ain't got no goddamn money and you can't do not one thing for yourself, homie, just look at it. But that's what I'm trying to tell you in the long run. There's two dudes. Now, some of you cats are smart than a motherfucker. Y'all can pick up a book, y'all can dissect a frog, homie, and then y'all can go ahead and pick a stock. I ain't mad at you. Because within those books are the instructions. They're just a long way to the dough. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have been doing this shit at 16. They telling you that you got to get this paper, go and intern under this motherfucker and hope that he like you. And then, you know what I'm saying, don't let him pick your pocket and then start from the bottom. They give you this whole 20-year plan when the chips were sitting out on your same goddamn corner. But some of you motherfuckers can pick up a book. Some of you motherfuckers can copy people. Some of you, I don't have that talent. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to know it's a talent, homie, because if you're of this world, I get it. I don't have that talent. You understand what I mean? I don't set trends. I don't want to follow trends. I just do me as I walk up the block. You know what I'm saying? You either like what you like or, you know what I'm saying, leave me alone. But it's a thing that I want you to know about. Most of the cats you're going to run into this world are from this world. Period. Of this world. I'm sorry. And that means that they have mastered it. When you hear all that shit on TV about going into corporations and how to be corporate and all that shit, they have mastered it. Right? They know it ain't no shit, but you know I'm good at it. You never have a cat who can manipulate women very well. He used the same line, or he got the same general thing. He got an angle to it. He read a book, he mastered it. But the book he probably read was probably from a cat like me, who was from this world, who saw it, figured it out, said this shit might work, and then started to synthesize it and put it into a form and regurgitate it out of his mouth, out of his brain into that paper, and now in your mouth, in your brain, homie. So now you act like you got game. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a thing of, that's what the majority of these people are. And they will always get mad at you, homie. You will always butt head. I always butt head. You understand me? With this kind of cat. Because he can't believe. Let me give you another one. See, a dude who's of this world, he's been reading books all his life. And he's just trying to tic-tac-toe this game up to where he needs to go. But there comes a point where you don't tic-tac-toe. There comes a point where you actually have to create. And it's little things, homie. I ain't telling you got to create a George Foreman grill. I'm telling you the creativity got to be a new way of attacking it, a new way of walking this earth, a new way of going left and going right, a new way of everything, man. You know, little things. When I started the business, it was little things that I did that made me successful. You would think it was the same industry that all these motherfuckers were in. I just strategically placed myself in certain places. I just did something. I thought, hey, fuck the messengers. I'm going to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of little small things that come from my understanding of money that translated into the game. And that's who I really am. And that's what really went down. So to most people, when I had some other cats, let me piggyback on that story. When I started the company, right, it was me and another Italian cat. He was same age as me. And he wanted to go start his own thing, and I started my own thing. So every once in a while, I run into him at the spot when we filing papers. And I'm filing papers, and the cat say, yeah, we over here in this building, and, where are you at, Freeman? Trying to put me down, right? And I'm like, man, I'm in a little apartment and shit, man. I don't got no money to be paying that lease shit, homie. I don't. But I got this space over here. And how much do the messengers charge you? I said, man, I don't use the messenger. I walk that shit in myself. I got to. I get the timestamp and shit. I do all this shit myself. Damn, man, yeah, but are you in Manhattan? No, I'm over here in Jersey City and shit. You know what I'm saying? Near Journal Square, homie. I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? And well, good luck. Now this motherfucker don't wish me luck. He wish. You know what I'm saying? He shitting on me like, look at me, I'm already living the life, I'm balling. Now, 6 months later, this motherfucker out of business. See him again at the spot filing papers. Hey, Freeman, man, how you doing? Because I know he thought, well, at least I'm doing this better than this black motherfucker right here. And I said, no, I'm doing good, man. Things are picking up. Well, damn, man, how you get some clients and all this shit? Because, this, and I don't know how you're keeping your expenses low and all this shit. Now, all this shit that I was doing, homie, when I say I started a company that should be in a building. I started it in my bedroom. I started a company with fax machines that are my fax and Vonage before Vonage blew up. I had all this shit in one bedroom, one single damn near, right? With a hooker head on top of me. You heard me say this story before. But all the shit that you see of Freeman starting the company was my creativity in the middle. Even just implementing, even the foundation of the hustle was my creativity. I can do it from here. I don't need this shit. I could probably get away with this shit. Now everybody else is piggybacking with Verizon, AT&T bills. Somebody, you got business class cable, even though you can get regular cable for cheaper. You know what I'm saying? You got nice desks with fucking glass tops. You got orange soda and shit and beer, and you got refrigerators. I had one desk, one you get from like a little cheap furniture place. You know what I'm saying? And put it in the corner next to my bed. That's all I had. So in the end, of course, homeboy folded, and I kept going. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish no ill will towards him. When you around motherfuckers, this competition thing, this chip game we in, homie, motherfuckers don't wish you well. Especially if you're not of their race, homie. So, I dealt with the shit. Italian, Jewish, whoever coming down the block, I'm going to stomp their ass. But it don't mean no ill will toward them. I'm just saying that we in a combat sport. When I line up on that track, homie, there's only so many chips in the game, even though it's millions and billions. Most of these fags believe I'm taking their money. So I got to fight my way. That's the way it is. But most of these cats, see, that's what I'm telling you, when you of this world, you fail a lot. Because if you don't have another, if you can't get the blueprint from a motherfucker that made it, you ain't gonna make it. Period. You're gonna look up, you're gonna keep going from thing to thing that you can copy, from thing to thing that you can look at and say, I can do that too. But you ain't creating nothing new. The new money, the big money is always in something new, something big, homie. When Google came out, they were just like everybody else, but they figured out a way to change themselves. That was that motherfucker's knack. You understand what I'm saying? When the Foreman grill came out, I'm sure there was other motherfucker pressing hamburger patties like panini grills and all that shit before, but somebody figured how to make that shit appealable to motherfuckers who can't cook. I mean, it's all in how you create and think with your brain, and if you are of this world, you don't have that talent. If you are from this world, you saw it before, you know that these motherfuckers are slow, you know what I'm saying? They over here right laning this shit, and I'm a left lane this motherfucker. I'm gonna go faster than them and get past them. So you gotta realize that it's just little things that separate the motherfucker who's of this world and the brother who's from this world. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I consider myself to be someone who's from this world. Meaning, I was born here. I was born in Compton. I saw how motherfuckers sold dope. I saw how motherfuckers made money at hamburger places. I saw how motherfuckers made money on gas stations. You know, I'll give you a quick one. You know, gas stations usually didn't have AM, PM, and all the little sodas and shit. Remember, it used to just be plain. But they found out that you're only getting pennies on a gallon for the gas, but you're getting $1 here and there for soda. So, and that's why all these motherfuckers, that's why you got Quick Trip and Racetrack and Flying J's and how big these motherfuckers damn near turn into supermarkets for a gas station because they figure that's where the chips are. Now, I'm sitting there trying to figure this shit out. Like, damn, man, everybody doing this and this and this. So I was sitting there trying to figure it out. Say they get more off retail than giving you bullshit gas. The gas bring you in and keep you locked in, young homie. You coming in, you gotta go there, you gotta get gas. So if a motherfucker had a product and you had to come his way, it's like a toll, homie. More than likely, you're gonna buy a pack of cigarettes, a soda, some chips, you know what I'm saying? Some dip, some fucking, whatever the hell you want. So he had to provide it. But the cat who is of this world can't see that shit. See, a lot of you cats need a book. That's the only reason why I wrote that shit. You need a book. Because you won't sit here and think. And you thank me, and I appreciate, you know, whatever it did to turn your life around, but you need a book because you want to say, Freemo, how to, how do, how will, how much, how can I, what did you do? Can you tell me again? Can you tell me part 3, step 88? Freeman, don't be bullshitting. Man, why are you trying to hold back, brother? Tell me everything you got. You know what I'm saying? Break yourself. Break yourself for your knowledge, brother. You understand what I'm saying? And I know that you ain't gonna make it being me, because God gave it to me, not to you. I can tell you all day what I do. Still ain't gonna be me. So I gotta get you to get enough information to go out and be you. And every once in a while you email me and say, I'm stuck at this point. What are you looking at, Freeman? What do you see from this shit? And then I'll try to help out. And now a lot of you cats know I ain't exactly the business guru of this motherfucker, man. I ain't exactly sitting over there in Century City and shit, bumping shoulders with lawyers and shit, or, you know what I'm saying, running with moguls. That's not my life. I consider myself to be reasonably successful, but super intelligent, smarter than the average bear, motherfucker. Put 2 on a 2, make 4, and flip that to 8, and then next thing you know, we hit 160. I don't give a fuck. I know how to make shit bubble and pop and flip. That's what I've always taken pride in. Take something for $1, make it a meal. I'm gonna keep trying to do that shit over and over. That's the God in me that can take small things and do bigger things. But that's what I'm trying to bring out of you. Every day, every podcast, every post is to spark your mind and say, okay, Freeman told me I can use this and make about 300. Let's start with the water hustle. A lot of cats been doing the water hustle. It's hot than a motherfucker. You should be doing it. But I said, you know, put some Gatorade and go up $2 on their ass. They gonna still buy it. You know what I'm saying? Get something a little bit more refreshing. Motherfuckers want it. It's just a thought process. It's just a chance to see what can pop. But a lot of you cats, man, and that's why I tell you got to get out of that kind of mind state. Because you're going to see me as, this fucking Freeman is a fraud. Freeman should be doing this. And I read another book. And Freeman, what do you think about this guy? I don't know about that dude. I ain't worried about that dude. I ain't no homo. I don't worry about that motherfucker. If he got another angle to these chips, I'm happy for him. And if we happen to cross paths, if his knowledge somehow get on my desk, I'm going to read it. But I ain't actively looking for motherfuckers to copy. That ain't me. I'm actively looking for shit that I can make blow up. I'm actually looking for more products to push, homie. I ain't really looking at another motherfucker. I wish him well. And if we cross paths, like I said, I'm gonna listen to him and see what kind of game he got. I don't have a think tank. I don't go to make connections. I don't network. I hustle. You dig what I'm saying? I don't do any of that bullshit the motherfuckers been talking about. I can make a couple of G's on my own fucking street. Fuck them jobs. Fuck how they going about their money. They ain't rich. They some bitches. They lying, homie. So to wrap this up, because I didn't mean to get to the diatribe craziness, a lot of people are of this world. And that's the majority of people. That's why they will never be successful. You got to be from this world. We got to see this game. You've been seeing it your whole life. Fucking parlay, homie. They can't stop us. And when I say us, I mean the kind of cats who can think, who can move, because they always, when you go into war, they give you a certain thing. Okay, this is our classic pincher move. These are all these kind of things. And then it takes a real general comes along who says, I ain't going to do that shit. I'm going to go this way and split the army up this way, and I'm going to make them think this. And that's when you read those war stories when the motherfucker's happy to say, yo, General MacArthur, he was a thinker. He could parlay something. He saw that classic thing and said, I can tweak it. I can get these motherfuckers with this. And then guess what they did? They took General MacArthur's thoughts, put them in the next book and said, General MacArthur's battle tactics. Because they can only, the majority of people in this world can only follow directions. Only a couple of us can write them. Next time, partner.
Yeah. This is it right here.